Howdy YouTubers, this is Steven, and I'm back with another lyrical analysis. This time, I'll be analyzing a song that I've already analyzed, and the title of the song is Easy Breezy by Utada Hikaru. And the reason that I'm doing a reanalysis of this song is because I feel like, perhaps I could have, approached this song from a different point of view. When I initially did the analysis of the song, the lyrical analysis of the song, I approached the song from a more comedic point of view. But I'm thinking, what if I approach this from a more serious point of view? Maybe Utada was trying to give us a message, a serious message within this song, and perhaps I made light of that. So here we are. So I guess, now it's time to get serious. And here we go with this serious lyrical analysis of Utada Hikaru's song Easy Breezy. Alright. Alright, this is the chorus. It starts off with the chorus here. Here we go. I still remember the ways that you touched me. Now, I know I don't mean anything to you. Okay, so here, Utada is in a situation where she is, looking back on the past, probably a relationship, it sounds like, and, this guy touched her. And she's like, the way that he touched her didn't mean anything. Now that she, thinking about things, or either now that everything has, happened and she sees him for who he truly is, now she's like, okay, yeah, I guess, it wasn't anything to you. It didn't mean anything to you. Let's see. Next lyrics. You're easy breezy and I'm Japanesey. Soon you'll mean exactly nothing to me. And that means ... Okay. Alright, so the part, you're easy breezy and I'm Japanesey. That means that, okay, this dude has an easy life and she is Japanese. So he has an easy life and Utada is Japanese. So right there, it's like, okay, Utada, she is acknowledging that this dude is privileged, perhaps. He comes from a privileged background, or perhaps even, due to his race / ethnicity, he is privileged. And then she tells him or says I'm Japanesey, so he's easy breezy, but she's Japanese. She doesn't have the same privileges as he does. You see? So I guess maybe she was in an interracial relationship, perhaps, and maybe this was, the cause of it. Some type of strife between the races, perhaps. I don't know. All right, next, soon you'll mean exactly nothing to me, and that means ... So now she's saying to him again that he basically ain't gonna mean anything to her. He will mean nothing to her. I don't know why though. Let's see if she can tell us. All right. You look stupid telling all your friends how you got the best of me. All right, so here, it sounds like, maybe Utada may have been a victim of some type of fetish that some people may have, for Asian women. Unfortunately, perhaps, this could be wrong here, but perhaps she could have been a victim of some type of a fetish that this dude had for Asian women, And I do think it's I don't think that human beings should be fetishized or made into fetishes. Just because I think it sort of kind of ends up dehumanizing people, making them seem less human. And this may have been the you know this may have been the result of that. She may have felt like she was just being dehumanized too much. She's like, I need to leave. All right. Next lyrics. I intended to share the pleasure only. Now I look stupid. So initially she was like she wanted to show him all the pleasures that she has to offer as an Asian woman. You know, like all that she brings with her as an Asian woman, all the good stuff. She'll leave the bad stuff away though. So she won't talk about the struggles that she goes through as an Asian woman in American society. You know. All right. Next lyrics. We're living in a world with a lot of pressure. It's quite unneeded to put some pressure on me. So she acknowledges that, the society and the world we live in, we are under pressure. The pressure comes from, oppression. And she is telling him that it's unneeded for you to oppress me even more than I'm already am. Like, why are you oppressing me? And see, that's where that whole fetish thing comes into play again. Because now this dude is dehumanized her. Now it makes it even more okay to like oppress someone because they're not really a human being. They're just some type of object, All right, next lyrics. You came and went and left my house like a breeze just passing by. So he just came in and left out of her house like a breeze. So I guess that plays into the whole easy breezy part too. Hello, goodbye. You left a note saying, 'twas nice stopping by. All right, so I guess he said hello to her. So that was nice of him to acknowledge her presence. And he said goodbye. So that was nice of her. Well, nice of him to tell her that he is leaving. And he left a note, and he's saying that well, 'twas nice stopping by. So let's see. Next lyrics. I should have never let you inside. So, okay. Let me analyze this whole thing now. He came into her house. He went and left. So he was in and out of her house like a breeze, just passing through. And I'm guessing he may have came to her house for like, a drive-by, if you get what I'm saying. Some adult activities, intercourse. And, Utada wanted him to sleep in it. She wanted him to sleep in it, but he was like, nah, I ain't gonna sleep in it. So instead, he waited till she was asleep, wrote her a note, and left. And the note said, "'Twas nice stopping by." So again, this whole kind of factors into this whole being used, kind of like fetish type of thing, perhaps. So she's just like, I guess is being used sexually by this dude who has this fetish for Asian women. So she's like, now she's like, she says, I should have never let you inside. So is it like inside of her house, inside of her heart, inside of her, that, So like that could mean like, it could be on like a couple of different levels here, a couple of different scenarios here. So I'm guessing she just ultimately feels used by this dude. I'm sad that happened to you. Let's see. Next, this is the chorus. I think it's a little different, so I'll say it. I still remember the ways that you touched me. Now I know I don't mean anything to you. So she at this point knows that she was just being used as like a sex object. You know, she was fetishized and, you know, just turned into some type of a object for sex. You're easy breezy and I'm Japanesey. Soon you'll mean exactly nothing to me. So she's saying like, you know what? You do have an easy breezy attitude, an easy breezy life where you don't have to worry about things. And I'm Japanesey. So she like, you're carefree and I'm Japanese. Then she's saying, soon you'll mean exactly nothing to me because she's going to just find a way to move on. She's not going to give this dude too much of her attention. You know, just like, you know, thinking about him and being angry at him. She's just like, okay, soon you'll mean exactly nothing to me. But then she asked him, does that mean anything to you? Probably not. You know, if my theory about this dude is right, then it probably doesn't mean much to him because, again, it was just a fetish type of thing, you know. Unfortunately, I'm sad that that happened to you, Utada Hikaru. I'm sad that you had to go through something like that. But, you know, it's a lesson in life. You know, just, you know, do your best to make sure you're not a victim of that type of thing again. If that is what happened. I mean, I'm just speculating. All right, next lyrics. Easy breezy. Do you whistle to hide that you're feeling lonely? So this dude is whistling. I can't whistle very well, so I'm not gonna try. But he is whistling, you know. And she's asking him, does he do that to hide his lonely feelings? Let's see what else she's saying. How do I breathe with all this pressure on me? Easy breezy. So this dude is still pressuring her, I guess, or she's still feeling pressured by the oppression that she received from this dude. This dude is probably whistling just because, you know, he's just so, you know, like oblivious, or either just doesn't care. When you wrestle, you know that you hurt somebody. How do I breathe with all this pressure on me? So it sounds like, you know, perhaps this relationship took a turn for the dark side. Like perhaps I'm hoping not though, but it sounds like it may have gotten like physical in like an abusive sense. You know, it's she's telling him, you know, when you wrestle, you know that you're gonna hurt somebody. So perhaps he was being, you know, physically abusive or like, you know, being physical with Utada Hikaru. It thus added to the pressure because now she's being not only oppressed within this relationship, just in like a mental state, but also in a physical state too. And like, I'm like, whoa, did this really happen? Is she being like, you know, mentally and physically abused in this relationship and being, you know, like, you know, sexually seen as a sexual object as well? So she's like just totally just been dehumanized, you know? She's just been just, you know, abused. It sounds like. All right, next lyrics. You came and went and left my house just like a breeze passing by. Konnichiwa, sayonara. 'Twas nice of you to stop by. Would it amuse you if I told you that? Dot dot dot. All right, so this dude done came and left her house again, and this time she's the one that is saying hello and goodbye, and she's saying it in Japanese. At that point, she is reaffirming herself as a strong Japanese woman by speaking Japanese. She is claiming her ethnicity and her race. You know, perhaps he was being abusive to her mentally by, you know, saying very nasty, negative things about Asian women or Asian people. this time she was like, you know what, I'm going to, stand strong and claim my Japanese heritage in a small way, by saying konnichiwa and sayonara. But yeah, she is, establishing and, you know, claiming her heritage, her Japanese heritage here. So I'm glad that he did not totally strip you of your just total being, like she still knows that she is a strong Japanese woman. So that's good. Well, at least she knows she's Japanese, but she's going to get there at least to the strong part if she's not there now. All right, let's see. What else is next here? Did that part. Did that part. All right, so this is the closing line here. She's got a new microphone. She doesn't need you anymore. And she repeats this phrase, she's got a new microphone. She doesn't need you anymore. She's got a new microphone. She doesn't need you anymore. So, you may be asking, who is she? Who is this she that she's referring to? I'm assuming that she is referring to herself. I don't know why they switched to third person at this point in the song. It's a bit weird. A bit random, She should have just been like, I got a new microphone. I don't need you anymore. And the microphone, I'm guessing, like a microphone typically amplifies your voice. So she's saying like, here she has found her voice. She has found a way to amplify her voice, and to be her own person without you. She's got a new microphone. So she's got a new, she's got something that helps her amplify her voice, to help her, stand tall and strong. So she doesn't need him anymore to stand tall and strong and have a voice. And there you have it. That was my reanalysis of Easy Breezy by Utada Hikaru. Well, a more serious analysis, lyrical analysis. All right, I'll touch on the video for a brief moment. The video it's interesting. Starts off with Utada at a pool. She's swimming. She's swimming in the pool. She gets out of the pool and it starts to rain. I'm pretty sure that is symbolic of something, but what? Perhaps it's like, okay, I'm getting out of the pool, which means I'm getting out of this relationship, Then it's like, oh, the rain starts. It's coming in. So like once she leaves this relationship, she has, even more drama because now she has to find herself outside of this relationship, perhaps. She has to, or either, reclaim herself, refine herself outside of this relationship. So then it gets to this other scene where, Utada's talking on the phone and she's all being like really, it looks like she's being like sexual, but the dude on the other end of the line, it doesn't look like he's into it. So I'm guessing she is being, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if that's her boyfriend. I'm going to assume it is. So she is being sexual, but he's not into it. So he's over the Asian fetish that he has, and he is just not feeling it anymore. And the last scene in the video is of Utada Hikaru in a car, and she's driving away. Now she's driving away, she is repeating the phrase, she's got a new microphone. She doesn't need you anymore. So, So that is, I think that's kind of like symbolic of her removing herself from this relationship. She is moving on from this relationship, and she's moving on smoothly because this is a smooth ride. There's no rain. She's going through what looks like, well, I don't want to say that, but she's, it's a smooth ride for her. No traffic, no potholes, you know, no gravel, snow. It's just like a smooth pavement. So, smooth pavement. So there you have it. It's like she has found a way to move on smoothly from this relationship. While also declaring that she doesn't need him anymore. So there you have it. A more serious lyrical analysis of Utada Hikaru's song Easy Breezy. And before I go, I just want to speak a little bit on the song Easy Breezy. The song is, well, it's her first, or was her first, single in the American music market. A lot of fans were not feeling this single. I guess it kind of was a bit random for fans. People were a bit like, why was this single chosen? And to an extent, I've asked I've asked that question. Why was this single chosen? And based on what I've listened to from Utada Hikaru's album Exodus, which this single comes from, and the single promotes, this seems like it was probably the most commercially friendly song on the album, if you think about it, versus some of the other songs that she had. So that probably was the reason that it was chosen to be the lead single. It did have some catchy phrases in it, easy breezy Japanesing. Given the material that was on the album, I think this, in hindsight, this probably may have been one of the better choices for a single, at least. But I would say maybe, like, I always go with Tippy Toe for the singles. For some reason, I'm thinking that song should have been used as a single. But as a debut single, I'm a little hesitant to use Tippy Toe. Like, I think it's a good song. I think it's a song that people could kind of, like, gravitate towards and, like, be a little controversial and make people interested in hearing it. But I think it may portray Utada in sort of a negative light, and that is her debut. So people kind of, like, go by first impressions, like, oh, okay, she's like a man stealer, she's a homewrecker. And I know Utada doesn't want that to be, her reputation and her legacy, especially within the United States. So, if not Easy Breezy, then what single should have been the lead single off of Exodus? I put that out there to all the Utada tots. What do you think? Perhaps maybe About Me or Wonderbout? Perhaps. I think those may have been good lead singles, except for they come off as a little generic. In my opinion, a little generic. But hey, again, what do you guys think? Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and your support is extremely appreciated. Into the next lyrical analysis. Adios and goodbye for now.